Hello, Facebook. We are up close today. Up close. Because I meant to bring a hoodie, that's why. And I didn't. I got a ghostie here who is not impressed by anything. This ghostie is like, not impressed by that. Or they're saying something like, I could have told you that. Oh, happy Easter weekend to those who celebrate. Welcome in, and I will hear from your loved ones in heaven if you want. If you have someone in heaven you'd like to speak to, tell me their name in the comments and their relationship to you. Hi, Sonia. Does anybody want a reading? Somebody's husband. There is somebody's husband here. And this husband is somebody who's like not impressed by much. If anybody has a husband in heaven who you'd like to talk to, you can let me know. He thinks, this husband, whoever it is, he thinks I'm like crazy for doing videos in my car. He's like, what? You're doing this on the internet? From your car? He's like, that's the weirdest thing I ever saw. That doesn't impress me. Hi, friend. Happy Easter to you. Just waiting for you all to make your requests. Is there anybody in heaven who you'd like to hear from? I was just at the gym. We're supposed to get a snowstorm now. When? When's the snowstorm? I can't keep it straight. Friends, mom and dad. Lovely friend. Friends, mom and dad, please. They're talking about the snowstorm, actually. They're saying something like, my goodness, we'll be trapped inside again. Oh, actually, I just said that, didn't I? Your parents would talk about the weather, though, if they were still living. It's like probably the first thing they'd say when they got on the phone is talk about the weather. And they're saying, I'm so sick of being stuck in the house. Like, if they were still living, they'd be stuck in the house at a snowstorm, too. And they'd be like, so sick of getting stuck in the house. But your parents say it's better than, you're better off stuck in the house than out shoveling. They're sweet, Fran. They're just like chit-chatting. Fran, do you have anybody in your life who shovels for you? Mom, what do you want to say to Fran, Mom? Looks like there's not a lot of family around anymore, Fran. I don't know, they're just kind of saying like, oh, there's not many around now, there's not much of the crowd around anymore, or something like that. But your mom is telling you like to prepare for the storm. She says make sure you get your groceries, make sure you got gas and stuff. She wants you to prepare for it. Do you have a son, Fran? One person is cheap and one person is generous. That's what your mom is saying. Somebody's cheap and somebody's generous. So you have two sons? So I think they're talking about your sons. One like doesn't really go out of their way, but yet the other one does go out of their way to help you. Like, let's use shoveling for an example. And your mom is saying to you, if you need help or whatever it is you need, she says you got to stand up for yourself. You got to ask for help. Fran, do you want to ask any questions to your mom? She says if you don't ask, they won't do it for you. She's saying like it wouldn't occur to them to come over and help shovel or something. She's like, if you don't ask, they're not going to do it for you. Too long of a drive, too far of a drive, she said. Do they live a bit far away, or they wouldn't go for the drive or whatever? Dad, what would you like to say to Fran? Dad says they're too busy watching TV. They're giving your son some hard time, but it's just in jest. It's just like, I feel like they're sitting in the living room having a chat. So they're just like, oh, they're too busy home watching TV. Like, I can almost hear they do. And it's so funny that I just said about hearing while you typed, I hope they can hear me. Because I was about to say, I can almost hear their voices. Just like having a yarn. And we would sit up and talk about the boys, like, oh, they're always watching television, they don't want to go out and shovel or something like that. They can hear you, Fran, definitely. Fran, praise to you, Mom and Dad. What do you want to say in response to Fran's prayers? They say things will get better. Things will get better. The only way, like, what goes down must go up or something like that. Is your husband going somewhere, Fran? Is your husband considering going somewhere leaving a job or leaving a situation or something. Does that ring a bell for you? Something here about your prayers. This is your prayers. Not yet. So, but it looks to me like the Eight of Cups is a card that means leaving. And they're talking about your prayers and like your leaving prayers or your goodbye prayers or something. And it looks like your husband either goes places. Now, this might be your husband going out hunting. Or it might be your husband, if your husband has to go on the road and you pray for him or something like that. Or is there somebody who has to leave who you pray about? Probably all your family. Probably your children and your husband. Something about the goodbye prayers. Clarify this for me, Mom and Dad. Anything more about the goodbye prayers? Goodbye prayers. Yeah, there's some kind of sadness about somebody leaving. So if that hasn't happened yet, it looks like somebody will be leaving. Like again, that can mean so many different things. It can mean your husband goes out to go hunting, or it can mean one of your children moves away. And your prayers are heard, they say, okay? They say your prayers work. If you ever question, you're like, is anybody ever listening to me? Does anybody ever respond with, you know, an offering and that kind of stuff? And your parents are telling you your prayers work. The Eight of Pentacles means work. And then you have the Justice and the Ten of Cups, which are really, really excellent cards. They're telling you things will get better. Okay? They're sweet. I could just sit and chat with them. Like nothing major. Do you have any like life events that are happening, friend, that you want to ask about? Or they are really there for you. Like they're just there for you. They listen to your prayers. And not only do they listen to your prayers, but your prayers work. Your prayers have purpose. Ten of Cups. They really love you a lot. They're really happy for you as well. They're happy for the way things will turn out. Yes. Mom and Dad, friend misses you so much. Everybody does. Everybody misses them. They told you to go have a bedtime snack. Go have a bedtime snack now, friend. Like, I don't know if you might need to have a cup of tea or like a bed lunch, some people call it. He says, okay, go have your cup of tea now, or go have your bed lunch or something. They were nice. Very sweet. Does anybody else have a loved one you'd like to hear from tonight? Too early, is it? Well, they knows that you does it. They're really happy ghosties, let me tell you that. They're really happy. They're very peaceful. It feels like they're just part of the furniture, like, you're so welcome. I feel like they just sit around in the living room with you still. Like, if you talk to them, you talk away. You talk away. Okay, they said goodbye now. Eight of Cups, they said goodbye. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Leave your Leave your people in my comments there. I'll call them in. If I have new people joining me, I'm a professional medium. I do communicate with people who have passed on. I have conversations with them on your behalf. When you do receive a medium reading from me, it's conversational, just as Fran is demonstrating there. It's a back and forth. I say, you are one caller, your loved one is one caller, and I'm just the telephone. I'm just the medium, the mouthpiece. But you have to talk and they have to talk. Okay. Madeline Lane, tell me who's your person. Tell me their name and their relationship to you, okay? For Madeline. I'll try to fit in as many as I can. Also on Tuesday nights, I'm on TikTok, if anybody has TikTok. So I do free Tuesdays on TikTok and free Thursdays on Facebook. Madeline, can you tell me your loved one and their name? Your mom and dad. Hi, Madeline's mom and dad, please. Madeline's mom and dad, can you drop their names for me so I can make sure? Because when I'm calling mom and dad and I just talked to Fran's mom and dad, I think it could get crossed. So tell me their names. Madeline's mom and dad, please. Oh, nice. They're saying they love you. Samuel and Shirley. Shirley, what's your message for Madeline, please? Shirley, for Madeline, please. See, I just got a couple of texts and it's getting crossed. I don't know, Madeline, your parents don't rush in. Generally, the spirits come out really easily for me. Shirley, are you here? Yeah, she says, here I come. Yeah, she just needed a minute. She says, here I come. She says, doesn't your family mind that you are in your car or something? The ghosties get a little bit confused why I'm doing this in my car. And your mom is saying, don't your family mind that? Now she says something about her mind. Shirley is telling you, Madeline, she says, I never lost my mind, okay? That's what she says. I never lost my mind. Did people question your mother about things? People made some kind of assumptions or something about your mom, and she wants to be very clear that those assumptions were incorrect. I think she had psychic abilities, or she kind of professed things in a certain way. Not really what. There's something about your mom where she came off a certain way to people, and she says, like, no, I never lost my mind, is what she's saying. You might not exactly know what that means, Madeline, but if you just watch this back, or if you journal about it, or if you pray to your mom for clarity or something, sometimes you can't always connect the dots until later. She's telling me that she was a different kind of person in some way. She had like differences about her. Almost like she was too smart for everybody else. People didn't fully understand her. And now we have your dad talking. Okay, Samuel. Samuel tells you don't give up. Yeah. He's telling you, Madeline, that whatever this burden is that you're carrying, don't give up. So I see you carrying like heavy boxes or luggage or something of the sort. It might be metaphorical, like baggage. But he says don't give up, okay? What is the baggage, Dad? Samuel, what is the baggage? Madeline, I don't know if this is making sense to you, but there's some kind of mental load that your mother is talking about and your father is talking about it in you. So it's like some kind of, I don't know what your beliefs are. I don't know if this is a generational thing that has to be carried or something like that. I would say you might benefit from a more in-depth reading. Your parents don't rush into me here. But I feel like what they're trying to say is a little bit on the complex side. Like you just saw, some people just come in for a chat, just like, hey, how are you doing? Your parents have more generational trauma stuff to talk about, and probably not trauma, but generational, I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. Like ancestor stuff, ancestor work, and that kind of depends on your belief systems sometimes. I don't do a lot of ancestor stories, or I more so like to just connect and converse with the ghosties, but they have some kind of like historical story that they want to talk to you about. I think I have time for one more. I think Anita was next. Yeah, Anita was next. Oh, Anita, guess what? If you watched back to the beginning of this video, I said somebody's husband is here. I bet you it was Gary. I said it for the first couple of minutes of this video. I was like, somebody's husband is here. The Emperor was here. And Gary was saying that he's not impressed. He's like, I'm not impressed by that. I don't know why exactly he was saying that, but I'll ask him. Hi, Gary. He feels bittersweet about something. Anita, are you still here? I want to make sure. Is Anita still here? Ah, Gary. He feels out of sorts about something, Anita. Bittersweet, unimpressed. What is that? What's going on? Are you traveling? Anita, are you going somewhere? Anxiety, the world, the Queen of Cups. You're not. The Chariot reversed. Gary, what are you trying to say to Anita? What is this? Are some of your kids taking trips? He's not impressed with something. I don't know what it is though. What is it you're not impressed with? Somebody's depressed. Anita, what have you guys been doing lately? Like, what's happening in your house? And where is Gary? I can't remember if he was cremated or buried. There's something happening around you that he's not impressed with. And I can't really get a full picture of it. You might have to tell me what's happening in your life right now. Are any of the kids going away? King of Wands is there. He's on the fireplace. So this might be one, like King of Wands is probably Michael. Gary, give me the words. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Give me the words. If any of your kids are traveling or something right now, I don't know if the snowstorm is going to impact them. He's not impressed. He's not impressed by something. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed. But he says, I love you. The house looks good, but there's something he's not happy about. Okay, so he probably does not want him. Gary, is this about Matthew? Yeah. Okay, Chariot and no, he's not impressed with Matthew. Okay, now I'm not saying that Matthew can't go to town or something, but his dad is not happy with what he's doing in town. What's he doing in town? What's his purpose for his trip? I'd just be careful if I were him, because Gary is he's pretty strongly like giving me all these weird messages that he's disappointed about something. He's going in for fun. Now let me tell you what Gary says. He does not like whatever Matthew has in mind. He says, I'm disappointed, I'm not impressed. So this is, I feel pretty confident that we've gotten to the bottom of his message, and it's for the son who's coming to St. John's. He's not impressed with them. Okay? Okay, Gary, message received. Now, what do you want to say to Anita, please? He says it's not smart. He says it's not a good idea. I don't know, buddy. I don't know if Matthew got a girlfriend or not, but okay, Anita, do you want to ask him any questions? Because he's just telling me the same thing over and over about not being impressed with Matthew. And he said it to me as soon as I turned on my video camera. If you watch this video back from the first, I said somebody's husband is here and he's not impressed. but that's what he wanted to say. Yeah, he says, I don't know if Matthew's taking a day off work to do this or something. He says he should be working. Now, Gary, this is Easter weekend, okay? Tomorrow's Good Friday. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Gary? He says, that don't mean you gotta take a day off or something. Okay, okay. Yes. He said yes. He said, tell Matthew to be responsible, be careful, don't go messing around. This is a responsible son. He says, be my responsible son. Make me happy. Make me proud. Okay, Gary. Yeah. The star. What wants to be said about the star here? And the Emperor. Gary just said, okay, like he's glad he got that off his chest. He says, okay, I feel better now. I feel optimistic. I feel hopeful. I feel better. Sometimes it's like this. Look, he's giving me tingles on my head. Sometimes they just need to say it and then it changes. I get this quite a lot actually, where a ghostie just wants to tell you one thing and like you don't have to now worry that Matthew is going to be in a tragedy tomorrow because the message was delivered. Now, if the message hadn't been delivered, I don't know. But he says because you can tell him, then it's going to be fine. Then you don't have to worry anymore, okay? It really makes them feel a lot better when they're able to say it too and get it off their chest. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles is like... 8 of Pentacles is work. And he said it twice for Matthew. Gary's saying things like, oh, work will make you happy. Like, you should just be working. You don't need to take a day off. Just do your work and you'll be happy forever or something like that. Okay, I'm going to put Gary back to rest now. He does say Happy Easter, Anita. Okay, Gary, you feel better? I said, okay. I said, I suppose. You're welcome, Anita. Anytime. Sorry he didn't have a whole lot of sensitivity today, but he needed to get that one thing off his chest. Okay, my loves, I'm going to close out now, and I'll see you, like I said, I do Tuesdays on TikTok if you have TikTok. I think I'll be back here Thursday. See, this week, I don't know if I'll take a day off for, like a spring break or something. We'll see. I don't know. If Violet has dance class and I have the gym and stuff, I'll be here, but I'm not sure. So, happy Easter. Let's use the story of Easter to remind ourselves and keep focus on the fact that tomorrow's a new day. Things can always change and things can always get better. And if you find yourself at rock bottom, or if you find yourself crucified in some way on Friday, give it a couple of days and you just might bounce back. Shine bright.